Hi guys, and welcome back to the Mutual Friends podcast. I hope you're doing well. It's a very exciting day at Mutual Friends. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching in Spotify, you will see we are back at WTF Media, and I'm very happy to be here. And of course, if I'm in New York, it means I have really cool people on the podcast. So guys, please give a warm welcome to Brittany Minetti. How are you?
Hi, I'm so good.
Look how
happy to be here.
She is so cute. Like, no, it's one of those things. Like, I knew she was coming in. I was like, okay, what's my outfit gonna be? Like, what's my hair look like? Like, gotta do my makeup because she is always this glowing sunshine beam human.
Oh my god,
you are.
So are you?
Well, thank you so much. Let me dote on you for a little bit because it is. I mean, I this is my highest compliment. It's almost annoying.
Yeah.
It's almost annoying, like how pretty and just. You radiate energy. And the thing is, guys, per my usual, I've only met her once, but I'm convinced that anybody I walk down like the street and meet, we are best friends instantly. And so I was like, you have to come on the podcast. And thankfully she said yes.
I'm so happy. I love when you're here.
Me too. It's great. We met at a beauty talk event for TikTok Shop. And yeah, I would love to, let's get a little bit of an intro, who you are, your little background spiel.
All right, my little background spiel. Well, first, I'm just so happy to be here.
I'm so happy you're here.
Like, every time I see you pop up in my feed, you give this energy that just feels like a best friend. And, like, you remind me of my childhood best friend.
That's such
like
a nice
every time,
compliment.
Yeah, like my high school best friend, you have the same energy. And that's why I just feel like I just gravitate to you.
Oh, I love that. Thanks.
You're welcome.
But it's just gonna be us like kissing each other's asses the whole time. It's like, oh, you're pretty.
No, you're amazing. Okay, but a little background on me. So I've been content creating for a little over a year and a half full time. Previously, I was working in influencer marketing, and I was doing that at a beauty brand. So I feel like I got a lot of background in this space, but I never thought it was something I could even do on my own. I was like, yeah, I'll just a corporate girly. I'm just in the background. I'm just like facilitating these campaigns, but, never thought it was something I could do. And while I was working at this company, they needed help with social and they needed some content. So I was like the in-house content creator for the brand I was working for. And I just started to have so much fun doing it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of feel like compelled to do this. And it was all just about creating curly hair content. And I started to learn so much about curls and embracing my own curls because that was a journey that I had really just pushed off for so long. I always blew out my hair and straightened it and everything. So then being able to really learn how to take care of my curls is kind of what started this journey for me. And then the videos I made for the brand, I would start putting onto my page, and it kind of just started to grow. And I got a lot of outreach from other companies, and it kind of just took off.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I quit my job I don't know, and in July of 2022, and I've just been doing this since then.
Oh my God. I didn't realize that you've grown and done so well in just a year and a half. Like, that's huge. When, this is for my own curiosity, when did you feel secure enough to say, I'm going to like bet on myself? Honestly, like financially, I feel secure enough to do this, especially in a city like New York.
I know. I don't think I ever felt secure.
No? Okay. No, honestly, that feels...
We're going to be honest. Like, I'm going to be so honest. I had an emergency fund saved up.
Yeah.
I was like really, really hoping would get me through quitting the job.
Yeah.
And it did for some time. And, I really I don't think when I quit my job, I was actually ready to.
Okay.
In terms of the collabs and stuff that I was doing. Like, I had a lot of ongoing things, but I literally quit my job with like not even 10K. Followers.
Oh my God.
Or maybe I had just hit 10K.
Wow, you said I'm
this.
Really taking over, like, we're gonna do this.
I think it's just like I was really just betting on myself.
Yeah.
And I knew I could do it. I just knew I could. And I'm like, I just know if I put my all into this, I worked so hard. I was just growing so rapidly. I probably could have stuck it out a little bit longer and saved a little bit more.
But you saw the wave and you're like, well, let me ride it. Like,
exactly. Yeah. And I did it. And like, granted, there were a lot of, I always say this, like I had a lot of lows before I felt like I was riding the high.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there were times where I was like, I started interviewing again at corporate jobs, and I was like, maybe I'll just do something part-time.
Yeah.
Like do a part-time social, strategy job or something like that, because that's my background. But then every time I would start to do something like that, where I would be like in the interview process and I would be like on the 5th round. And I was like, but there's just something in my gut that's like, no, Britt.
Yeah.
You don't want this.
Yeah.
And every little every time I had that scenario, I had that gut feeling, and then another like collab opportunity would pop up and it'd be like an incredible thing that I just had to say yes to.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, I know if I were to take this job, I would never be able to focus on this content job. And like, I love what I do.
Yeah.
Being able to empower girls, guys, like people all over the world to just love their natural hair. I feel like that's kind of just my shtick, is like just empowering you to love yourself and learn ways to just manage it that aren't too hard and intensive, because people see curly hair and they get like so freaked out, right? Like,
no, your content is so approachable. It's
Thank
so
you.
approachable, and you're very on it with like trying, like if people like, can you try this? Like you're like, I'm serving the people. Like this is what I am here for. Yes. And then you break it down. I don't even have like, this is my hair. Like this is there is no way that I have curly hair. And I know that people are like, oh yeah, if you like have like a slight wave, you try it. Maybe one day. But some of these, and I would love your opinion on this, some people I see like doing the curly method, part of me is like, I'm pretty sure you don't have curls. I think you just have a lot of gel. Is that, am I a hater? Or do you think, yeah, like, so, like this is helpful for some people, but then others, it's like, there was that craze last summer where everybody was like, I think I have curly hair. And I'm like, I don't think you do, dude. I really don't.
Right? No, that's
I really don't.
Such a good point. I think that, the majority of people in the world have some sort of texture to their hair, like majority. Whether that's just a really, really slight wave, like the way that it's kind of categorized is by curl type. There's numbers to it. So there's like a 2A, which is like a very loose, like almost like an S, super subtle wave. And then there's 4C, which is a tighter, coily texture. So like we kind of just go throughout that whole spectrum if you have a texture to your hair. So like the way that my curls are, like this is, like my natural curls, I'm like a 2C, 3A. I'm like right in the middle of like that spirally curl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really exciting to see that whole wave go. I was so obsessed with that, like seeing all these amazing creators.
I loved
like
it for the people. Greta absolutely started it. And there were some people where like I see their hair when like they haven't blow dried it or whatever, and I'm like, you need to do this. Like you need to go through this journey, because I even can tell like you have curly hair. Yeah. And I wanted to be one of those kids. I wanted to be on the bandwagon. I'm like, Greta, I will do it. Like I have no, I don't.
So this is your natural, like you woke up and
I blow dried this a couple days ago, but when I don't blow dry it, there is the bend from where I put it behind my ear. Yeah. And then there's maybe like when I say bend, I mean this, like at the end. Okay. And that's about it. Yeah. Otherwise, and if it air dries, it's right down, it's done.
Oh, see, it's so funny because like that's something I've always wanted.
Really?
We always want.
Yeah. Of course.
But we don't have.
We always do.
Yeah. But yeah, I know. I think it's empowering to be able to embrace your waves. Like the people that like we were saying, like you're like, I don't know, you're kind of just forcing that. I don't know. But I think it's all just a learning curve, and I don't think you have to do that much work.
No.
Just like run a little cream through.
Yeah, I'd say it's a lot more getting kind of woo, but I think it's a lot more inner work than like actual physical work. It's like you're literally changing what you've known about your hair and a whole routine. Oh yeah. And that's gotta change, gotta come from your heart.
I know. That's why so many people put it off, because they're like, I love how I can control like doing a blowout. I know my hair is gonna look the exact same every time I style it. With curly hair, you never know. You could do the same exact routine every day. I'll do the same exact routine for weeks and weeks, and every single time it comes out drastically different.
Do you ever get like, you're like, oh, like I know what works, but I know I have to try this method. Why? And I want my regular curls today. Do you ever like, oh, I don't want to do a trial thing right now?
I mean, one time this is last summer when the whole curly hair journey kind of took off. Was were you seeing the pasta strainer hack? That was going
oh my God, yes.
Yes. Like, people were literally drying their hair with a strainer. And I was like, so many people were tagging me in it. They're like, Britt, you have to do this. Yeah. We need to see how it comes out. My hair, it looks like a rat's nest. And I swear, it was crazy. I swear that I fried my hair. Like, I really did. Oh, God. I was like, I think it's done. I think it's destroyed. Because think about it. Like, I used a metal strainer with my Dyson diffuser, the blasting 400 degree heat. the metal just like is frying your hair.
No.
And then like all your hair was just in a little like scoop on the top of your head. So when I pulled the diffuser away, when I pulled the strainer away, it was just like, hello. Like just sitting. Just sitting there.
Just
I'm
like,
what's up, guys?
On your head.
I was just laughing so hard at myself. And I was like, wow. I mean, it works for some people.
Yeah. That's
to me,
like the BuzzFeed videos on Facebook. That's what that's giving.
That's the clickbait. That's like, So yeah, I've definitely tried things that I was just like, damn, I love you guys. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm doing it for you.
Yeah.
So like right now people are requesting on my page an air drying tutorial. And like, so I always diffuse.
Yeah.
Like, I love the volume. You get volume with diffusion.
No, I think it makes such a big difference in all the videos that don't relate to me at all that I've watched. I'm like, you should definitely use the diffuser.
Definitely. So now, a lot of people are asking me to like, can you show the difference? Because I always diffuse. So people are like, but what does your hair look like when you don't? Like, would it kind of look like mine, So then I have to do a routine. I gotta film it soon. I haven't done it. But like, so then it's kind of like, all right, I know I'm wasting a wash day for myself because I don't love how it comes out.
It's wasting a wash day. That's a big commitment. You should get a salary for that alone.
I know it's tough. I mean, and it's also like working with brands that, almost every brand I work with is a hair brand. I mean, I do like some stuff with like beauty and stuff, mostly hair. So
you just did a collab that I thought, I want to give you a little boost right now because I have a folder in my Instagram and it's like content inspo, especially as I am in my Instagram Academy journey, trying to learn how to be cuter because otherwise I just flip the camera on. I look at myself, I'm like, what's up guys? This shit is gas. Like that is my method of influencing versus like something very pretty. And you are many of my saves of like, oh, I love the way she filmed this. I love the way she described this. You did one, I think it was about you did lip balms and you showed multiple lip balms. Did you do a collab with like a multiple lip balm?
It was Saltaire.
That's it.
Their new lip
That's
lip
it.
balms.
It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful piece of content. Like really, really well done. Of course, like I see this from like an artist-ish, like sort of like an artistic way. I was like, this is so beautifully done.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
I hope that you were compensated heavily for that.
I mean, I wasn't. It was gifted.
They need to pay you to use that. Use that content.
Thank you. Yeah, I love them so much. So like, they're a brand I'll just always talk about. And yeah, I mean, if you guys want to put some paid behind that,
if you want to use that as an ad, just hit me up. There's my email.
I know, but yeah, I just love. It's funny because I love doing what you do as well, like just talking to the camera, being so raw, and like that's why I feel like the second I met you, I just felt like I knew you. Like we're friends already because I feel like you talk to your audience as if you were talking to your best friends on FaceTime.
I have when I say I have no filter, I sincerely don't know how to act a different way. And I think not that it's like biting me in the ass, but like coming to New York more often and going to more influencer things, it's teaching me a lot about that type of person and the lack thereof. Like the beauty talk event honestly was so great, and it was a great experience. That kind of kicked off other events that I'll go, and even events in Charleston, coincidentally. And I'm just realizing not everybody is automatically there and like ready to be your best friend. I'm like, I want to hear your life story. Yes. I will have you stay at my house. I'm positive when we met, I probably offered my guest room because I do that to like every stranger I ever meet. Like as soon as I got a house with a guest room and I could put products in it, I was like, everybody visit no matter who you are. And I'm learning that not everybody's like that and people will not treat you nice sometimes. And I really don't, I kind of hope I never get used to it because I don't love that. And it's not that people are mean. It's just, I don't understand not coming from a place of like, I don't know. Every person I go up to, I'm like, what's your name? And, oh, like, tell me about literally your childhood. And like, I want to relate. And they will keep this professional like persona, which I'm like, I can understand that in certain settings, but my soul, if I see that, my whole goal is to crack it. And if I can't, then I'm like, I'm confused. Like, do you not want to be best friends? Or like, where do you stand? Because like, I will tell you about what was happening with my butt crack this morning. And apparently you're not on that energy.
We're not on the same
wavelength right now. Like, of course, like you gave off this, you gave off the butt crack energy. Like
The
I knew
butt crack energy.
I knew I could tell you about my butt crack and you would be like, yes, ma'am.
And here's my tips for you.
But not
'Cause
everybody's
I've been through that too.
Yes, but not everybody's like that. Which is bizarre to me.
Yes.
Like people have said that and I thought they were being quite cynical. And I'm not sure they are.
I can't even tell you how much I relate to that. Even being, so I live in Jersey City,
Okay.
but I used to live in Manhattan. I went to school in Manhattan. And so now Jersey City, and I mean, I know you've
Yeah.
been around New York
Yeah.
a bunch. It's literally like the 6th borough of
Yeah.
Manhattan, but I still feel like the vibe is so different.
Mm.
I'm a Jersey girl and I was like raised in Jersey, raised in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised with like a very like familial, like my
Yeah.
family, like they're my best friends.
Yeah,
It's the upbringing. And I
It's
get that
different.
from you.
Yeah.
And when I'm here in the New York influencer environment, I never ever feel like I fit in ever. I never feel like
And
I
that's so good to
dress-
hear because I've never stepped in a room. Like I can make myself, not that I bend myself, but I'm such an extrovert. I'm like, yeah, I fit in anywhere. Like I'm not whatever. These are the first couple times where I'm like, oh, why do I feel like I don't belong? And what is happening where I'm getting this weird feeling that I've never experienced before?
It's really unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you feel almost not good enough.
Yeah.
And I think about that all the time. Like I think it depends on, like I go to a lot of beauty events. It depends on the brand that's hosting it. Because there's some brands that are so welcoming and just like everyone that they invite is like us. Like
Yeah.
they want to get to know you. They want you to like, oh, sit at our table. Like,
Yeah.
where are you from? Let's take pics together. Let's, I'll take photos of you. You take photos of me. Like we're on each other's team. But there has been so many events that I've been to. I was at one last summer for a hair brand and the moment I walked in, even just the person at the front door that was like checking names looked me up and down and was like, oh, like you're here for this event. Like as if like I maybe wasn't dressed the right way or like, and then I walked into the event and everyone around me like kind of just looked at me like scoffed. And they were all like super cool. Like
No, I'm
all
like,
black,
I will
Gen
never be that
Z,
cool girl.
like,
So if
super
you're
cute.
looking for that, I'm not here for that.
I
like,
felt sick. I actually felt sick to my stomach. Like, do I not belong in this room? Like, I'm just as much successful as you.
yeah.
But it's like certain people just make you feel so, I don't know. It's so crazy and it's so sad because I'm like, we're more people like us.
Yeah.
That just like want to support each other. Like that's all I'm here for is to support. Like we're each other's coworkers essentially.
Literally, I'm like,
We
we
are
do the same thing.
coworkers.
Like if I ask you to take a picture, if you ask me to take a picture, like we'll get it. We'll get the behind the scenes. And it's such a lonely industry. I'm like, we have to like get together. And every time because Charleston, we don't have like a ton of influencers. We're getting a lot more, but it's not like here. So when I'm here, I feel like I'm grabbing people left and right. I'm like, tell me your secrets. Like, I got this email. Did you get this email? Like, it's literally like, we're like this because otherwise, like it's me in my mirror, like, and I'm talking to myself all the time.
Life, it really is.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting to watch that whole culture, and I find it funny that you are. I think you know why I'm surprised that you are Instagram, like sort of Instagram first. Everybody has a primary platform because I've sort of categorized it now in my mind. This is totally stereotyping, like 100% stereotyping, but I've just like noticed. I'm like, oh, if it's an event and there's a lot more Instagram me influencers versus a TikTok or a YouTube, Instagram me influencers have not, to me, been as nice.
Yes.
Versus like, have you ever been to VidCon?
No.
You should
Talking
go.
about that at the Beauty Talk event.
You should. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm such an advocate. Like I love VidCon. I'm such an advocate. I already bought my tickets. If you want to get tickets and you want to go together, I would love to. It is such a wonderful environment. That's how I got with my management.
That's
how I got.
You told me
how I got with my management. That's how I made so many connections. It's why I have a bunch of the deals that I have. Like it really is like a really great like career thing to do. But VidCon people it's the weirdos. Like these are from OG YouTube people, and then the TikTokers are coming in. We're kind of the new kids on the block, and so, but it's so fun, and it's in like what is that, like Step It Up or whatever what is that? Is it Step It Up? Like the dance Step Up maybe,
right?
The dance movie. Yes. What is that?
So bad at movie names.
No, me too. I think it's like Step Up or something.
Yeah, Step Up. I think
Step.
Yeah, with Channing Tatum. They're like,
yeah, and they do. It's like they have made like 1 million of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Is it Step Up? Yes.
Confirmed.
So like in Step Up, in the scenes where they're walking in and it's like a bunch of people and they're all in different genres of dance, but they're in a corner like popping, locking, like whatever. And it's so cheesy, but you're just like seeing everybody do their own thing and you're in an environment where like, oh, everybody gets it.
Mm.
That is 100% what VidCon is like. You're walking around and there are cameras and people vlogging. Like, it was the first time I took out my vlog camera and everybody was doing it with me. And everybody's got cameras on and everybody's taking photos, or like, you know, you were seeing TikTok dancers all around you doing the dances in real life. And it was a really cool environment. And then I went to like an Instagram forward event and I was like, what? Why are you all freaks? Like, what is going on? I met a lot of awesome people, but at the same time, that was the first time I felt like that weird feeling.
You feel out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't feel like you fit in.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
It is very odd. Very interesting.
Yeah.
We've been chatting. We still have to get into the group chat, but we've got more to chat about. So, and we've got wonderful stories today. Sometimes the stories are a miss. Today, the stories I think are a hit. It's very interesting. Welcome to the group chat. This is very good. So, first story, did you see that Mark, I don't even know how to say Ruffalo. I'm just going to say Mark Ruffalo got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star. It was so cute. So this is from Pop Culture. Break out the magic, wishing dust and razzles because we just got a Jenna Rink and Maddie Flamhoff. I did not know that was his last name in 13 going on 30.
You picture his face.
I will show you a picture of it. Like, do you remember this guy? He's also the Hulk.
Oh. Wait, Matt Ruffalo?
There, yeah, why, yeah.
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was another actor's name, like Maddie.
So here, let me finish this and I will help you make sense. 13 going on 30 co-stars Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo reunited as the Avengers star officially received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So Jennifer Garner, like they were, you know, Maddie and Jenna.
Yes.
And it was so cute. She did a wonderful speech. I think I like to see who they pair with the people when they get their stars, like who they have talk for them and about them. They literally could not have done this better. I think the obvious choice would have been an Avenger. And I'm like, no, you had to get Jenna and Maddie back together.
That is the cutest
It's
thing.
so cute.
Because they had such like a deep, long-standing relationship,
Yeah.
the two of them. I mean, 13 going on 30 that came out like when we were kids.
Yeah.
I used to sit there all the time and so cute.
It's such a good movie. I've seen it so many
Oh,
times.
her iconic dress.
Yeah, the dress. I love that the dress went on
Lives on.
like trending, and now people are like wearing it
like
out.
today.
Yeah,
So cute.
it's so cute. I thought that was just an adorable thing to do. I thought, like, I love that they chose her versus I love Avengers. Like, I'm such a Marvel fan.
Are
But I think,
you?
oh my god, I love like
Wait, I feel
superhero
like
movies.
We were just talking about that on a recent episode.
Oh my god, I love.
But you were saying you have to like watch it with someone who also like really
Yeah,
loves it.
yeah. Like I
Yeah.
need some, like, if you're not a Marvel, it's not even just like not a Marvel kid, but I hear people who are like, I don't like superhero movies, and I'm like, I just fundamentally don't believe that. I just really feel like maybe you didn't watch it, or like you were on your phone, or like there's no way that you don't like it, because even when Marvel sucks, Marvel's good. Any superhero movie, even when it sucks, you will never catch me saying, yeah, you know what? A hero movie, like getting the underdog winning, that sucks. Never.
Never.
You'll never hear that from me.
Oh my god.
That's the iconic dress.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
So
Thank
good.
you. That
So
is
good.
it.
Yeah, on it.
On it.
Amir's on it. Next one. Okay, so this is more of a little drama. So Tish Cyrus is opening up about the psychotic breakdown she suffered after leaving her marriage to Billy Ray Cyrus and mourning the death of her mother. She went on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Have you been seeing the clips?
I have not.
Oh my gosh.
I used to
So
love
Billy Ray Cyrus is getting dragged because after Miley didn't thank him openly at the Grammys, it was basically an open snuff. And then right after, Tish Cyrus went on Call Her Daddy. She said, my two biggest fears in life were being alone and my mom passing away. And I had 1 month of a complete psychological breakdown, which having your mom pass away is horrific. And then even though like she's spoken about her and Billy Ray, like it was not a great marriage. And a lot of the time, I think there were good times, but there was a lot of bad times. She filed for divorce once. He filed for divorce another time. And then this is the final, like they actually got divorced. But also if you're, I think it was over 30-year marriage. If you're used to being with somebody and like, even if you're going into a marriage and there are some people who really haven't been alone ever since they started like going out and dating and stuff, that's a huge change for somebody to go through and to feel. I felt like, honestly, I think this is one of the best interviews I've seen from Call Her Daddy. Like she was very open and she had her oldest daughter, Brandy, I think,
Brandy.
on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they were talking all about it. It was a really good interview.
That's really sad. I didn't even know that there was drama surrounding Billy Ray.
I don't know like what he did, but it's been like rumored that Miley and him don't speak and that they're estranged. And then when she thanked everybody but him at the Grammys, and then of course now, which perfect timing. I'm positive this was obviously like PR spun. Everybody was like, yeah, Miley basically dissed him at the Grammys, and then Tish is like, you know what I'm gonna do? Podcast. Like that, and that's the kind of shit we need. No, nothing is.
There is intention behind
nothing is unplanned.
In this world.
Absolutely not. Oh, have you seen what's going on with Drake?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wait, are we talking about the nude?
Yes, the nudes. Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. There are layers to this that no one's talking about. I have not heard anybody talk about this in terms of like the Drake nude leak or whatever it was. So the day before, or maybe the same day, a couple hours before, I'm not really sure, Drake put out a TikTok on his official TikTok account. And it was Kanye. It was essentially something about Kanye, like before and now. And it was like before Kanye. And it was, you know, when Kanye was at his peak looking great. And then it was like now. And it was Kanye looking not well, a little overweight. Like it was one of those like bad paparazzi photos. And he looked horrible. And everybody's in the comments like, and it was like to a sad, you know, those edits like to sad songs.
Yeah.
It was literally one of those.
Oh.
It was so weird. And then all of a sudden it's taken down. And I can't, and I had the link. I literally sent it in my company Slack and was like, what the fuck is this? And then I went back yesterday, cannot find it. Can't find news on it, can't find anything on it. All I can see is Drake's like nude leaks. And I'm like, I think this could have been purposeful. Like, cause they said, what will bury this? Dick pics. Like, did you see it? Did you see the Kanye post? I have seen one, I've heard of, besides like my team that I sent it to, I've heard one person say, oh my God, yeah, I saw that TikTok. Where did it go? It was buried.
And that's something like any celebrity news that comes out, like, you know, people are at home like screen recording this stuff.
Yeah,
like,
and I can't find it. I did a Google. I was like, Drake, Kanye West TikTok post. I cannot find it. And now everything's going on like, the same week, Bobby Altoff announces her divorce, and everybody's like, "What is going on?" I don't think I like Drake. Like, not music wise. I don't think I like his person. Over the last like 2 years, I'm like, you seem really slimy. I don't like it.
Skeevy.
It's not. I don't like it. But yeah, I really. Oh my God! Look at this. Look at this. Is that not insane? I watched you change. Yes.
And so Drake posted this on his
official TikTok. Look at that. What is he doing? Something is going on. Something is going on.
Was this before? This is before the nude leak or after?
That was posted before the nude leak.
So you think that they're trying to cover up stuff with the nude leak?
Yeah.
Or so like Kanye's trying to get back at him.
No, I think they're trying to cover stuff up. I think the PR agency said, what will make this go away? Like, and I think there's more to it. That's the thing. I think like that was like the beginning of the explosion, and it would have gotten bigger if they hadn't have buried it with something else. I think there's more going on. Like the fact that his TikTok is gone. Are you joking?
This is fishy.
This smells not right. This is not right.
Not at all.
Disgusting. Nope. Something's wrong.
Wow.
And then I think the Bobby Altoff thing is probably unrelated. But, and of course, everybody's stirring it up with her because they're saying that her husband like divorced her because of Drake. But he's come out and he was like, no, it was literally like, I didn't like the rise to fame. Like I wanted to be a normie. And that is very hard. I literally hate that.
Imagine.
No, I cannot imagine. I can't imagine not wanting to be famous. I'm like, that's weird. But so I think that was coincidental. The TikTok, no way that was coincidental. No, something is weird.
That's a direct diss. A direct, like, I don't even feel comfortable doing that with, I don't feel comfortable doing that with anybody.
No.
I could never just publicly put someone down for anything. I feel like
also,
sick about that.
And to do it in like a TikTok edit, I cannot. It's so fucking
corny.
weird. No, it's
like, at least
so corny.
Originality.
It's very weird.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was like
next?
basically a bonus story, because our last story, Taylor Swift's lawyers are threatening legal action against a Florida college student who has been documenting her private plane flights on the internet. Swift lawyers say that Jack Sweeney's aggregation of public flight data from the FAA poses a major safety threat for the pop star, and that she lives in a constant state of fear for her personal safety. Now, this podcast is not for Taylor Swift slander, okay? Like, let's just put it out there.
I love her.
I love her. However, I was talking about this to my husband because I came, he came home and he was like, "Did you hear that Taylor Swift's like getting total she's getting backlash, blah, blah." I was like, "From who?" Like, literally what? And because people were going off about her. She's like she's voted, like, again, the most polluting celebrity or something. Yeah, like that's her private jets. And I'm like,
environmentally.
Environmentally,
oh,
yes.
Wow.
I'm like, do they want her to row to Europe? Like the girlie's got to get places. Like, whoosh, let's go, Taylor. Like
underground tunnels.
Right. What do you expect her to do? And then I guess like some of the flight paths are like really, really short. Like, it'll be like, Joseph said he saw a flight path that was like 20 miles or something. I was like, what? Like, I don't understand. Okay. But I was like, with the tracking, I'm like, that is horrible. Like, you can't track people. And my husband, again, this is coming from the very expert source from Joseph Baus himself. He's all into planes. Like, he knows a lot about the FAA, knows a lot about planes. He's like, flight paths, like where planes are is public information. He pulled up, like, I'm going to make up a plane. He's going to be so disappointed in me. Like, a 747. Like, I don't know what, like, a jet. I know what a 747 is. I don't know what a jet would be called. But let's say you can like look Boeing. Up a 740. Yeah, Boeing. I don't know. Airbus. I have no idea. Like, you can look up this type of plane and see any plane that's in the air right now. So if you knew what type of jet she had, you could at any point look at like how many, like what ones are in the air and track her. And that is public information. So I'm like, they can't sue the kid for finding it, or like, it's not like he broke into anything. Joseph pulled it up. He's like, these are literally how many of this type of plane is in the air. You could see where they're going. That is public information through the FAA. Even if it's her private jet, like, that is, you are still in the air. That is an FAA thing. But I guess they can sue. Honestly, I don't know what they could sue for. Like, if you're gathering that information, like, that's public information. Right. And if he has, unless he's done something with that information, I don't think that like that can actually go anywhere. But I agree. Like, I'm like, that you shouldn't do that. And I also would be very scared.
I would be horrified.
Yeah.
Can't even get the words out.
No, just like, it's like terrifying. Like, the amount of security that she needs is outrageous. We talked about her stalker like a couple weeks ago, which I should have guessed. I didn't know she had like a designated stalker. I'm sure she has a couple, but I think there's like a very specific one, and he got arrested like 3 times in like 2 days or something. Like, it's so dumb. Like, can you not? But yeah, I would be terrified if I was her.
I would be too. I can't even like. I was at an event in Miami, and one of the girls that was on the trip with me, she's also a creator, and she was like, "Oh my God, like, you tagged the hotel that you were staying at?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And she was like, "Oh my God, like, never do that." And I was like, but like the hotel like sponsored us going there, so I felt like I was like, I had to.
That's hard. That's hard.
Like, no, thank you so much. Wherever I was staying for having me. And then she was like, "Do it after you get home."
Yeah,
like, don't
if I was
smart,
that's what I would do.
And
I'm
like,
not.
My parents they taught me better.
My parents taught me better.
My parents literally, like, when we would go away on vacation, like, they would leave lights on in the house.
Oh my God. My parents were like, she was like, "You are
home.
not allowed to post pictures until after we're home." I'm like, "Mom, we're in Disney World."
That's how
like,
my parents
I'm so sorry. My Instagram followers that are 4, they need to know that I am in Magic Kingdom. Like, yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's really scary. And granted, like, I'm not like Taylor Swift's caliber of influence.
Right. No, but
just a baby.
I'm just a baby. But people are, there's a lot of doxing happening right now.
What is that?
Doxing?
What is this?
Oh my God, this is so great because I learned this word. Doxing is when people like post about your personal address and your information, and like,
oh my God,
don't do that. If they dox you, they're like, oh, she lives at blah 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 blah. Her mom works at blah 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 blah.
Oh my God.
Like, mom. No, very very scary. I just posted literally last night. I'm currently going through the emotional trauma of my tickets were taken away from a concert that we're supposed to go to in May.
I saw you post about that today or yesterday.
No, I'm sad.
How did this happen?
You know what? That's a beautiful question. Keep asking questions. Stay curious because
what's it called? What's it called? The place that you were going.
Oh, it's the venue is Coca-Cola Roxy, and then we're going to see Sleep Token.
Sleep Token.
Yes.
It's called Token.
No, it's Sleep Token.
Okay.
And Coca-Cola Roxy, the venue, canceled the tickets, and I don't know why. I have to go like Karen on them after we podcast and call them because I don't know what's going on. But I posted the video and I was like, we're going to the Atlanta show on May 7th, and somebody commented, they were like, you just told everybody where you would be and when. Like, please be safe. And I was like, first of all, I understand your concern. Now you just gave weirdos ideas. And then Joseph called me. He's like, hey, I saw this comment. And I was like, no, I saw it too. He's like, but I kind of don't know how else we would get help without telling them what show we're going to. And I'm like, yeah. And at this rate, we're not going. So it is like, no, I'm sad about that. But yeah, no, the public safety thing, I've had to be so much more careful and not dumb. Okay, here we go. Let's hear about Taylor. So her fans who have grown the Taylor Swift Jets accounts and subreddit are the ones truly interested. These tracking accounts consistently have more supporters and fans, Sweeney said. When the Embassy of Japan in the USA expresses confidence that Swift can make a night from Tokyo to the Super Bowl, it indicates public interest. Therefore, one should reasonably expect that their jet will be tracked whether or not I'm the one doing it, as it's public information for all. Yeah, if it's public information, can you take legal action on
I don't think you could.
They were just doing what they were doing what they could with what they had. And yeah, it is a public interest. I mean, from a moral standpoint, yeah, please don't capitalize on somebody else's safety. That's kind of a shit thing to do, but I don't think that you can take legal action.
I don't think you could.
However, justice for Taylor. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, justice for Taylor always.
No, please, with anybody, why would you ever want to feel like your day-to-day things are being monitored? I mean, that's what happens when you become a celebrity, but yeah. I still feel for them. I feel like that's got to be the weirdest, most uncomfortable feeling. Your every move is tracked.
Yeah.
People are constantly lurking in the shadows to snap photos of you. God forbid you go out.
How creepy would it be to for somebody to pop out of a bush? I feel I can't even. I can't imagine that. Excuse me? I would. No, fame is a prison. You can't. I think. People make it look very glamorous, but to not be able to just walk somewhere
that's why
would
so
be
many celebs go off the grid.
Yeah, that's why everybody's getting a ranch in Montana.
I would do it.
I
would be,
and they're going to Texas. I think Texas
in the bag.
Horses in the bag.
That's
safety
so
on track.
Have you ever been out and gotten noticed and recognized?
Yes. Yeah. It's happening more often.
I know. It's such a weird.
It's when I have people. I've never had any. Hold on. Am I lying? Am I lying right now? I don't think so. I don't think I've had anybody stop me in New York, but I have, you kind of feel like an asshole, but you can track when somebody's
they know
watching.
You.
And I'm I can see in your eyes that you recognize me.
Yes.
Please, for the love of God, just come say hi. Because it'll make me feel better if you say hi.
Yes.
When people recognize me in New York, I feel extra special. I'm like, we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, we're not.
Yeah. It's very fun.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was at what's it called? My Unique Thrift recently. It was just a thrift store.
Okay.
It was in Long Island. I was with my girlfriend and we're just shopping around, and there was this girl that was just literally staring me down. And she had curly hair, so it tracked.
Okay.
But she was staring me down, and every time I would pass her, she was looking direct into my soul. And I always smile at people because I'm but she
I'm I want to make you feel
say hi because it would have been less weird.
Yeah.
And then I started to get self-conscious, and I'm just she's staring at me. I'm picking up clothes. I'm just oh, this is weird. I'm just trying to go thrift shopping.
Right.
And
you're you don't want to be a jackass. Yeah. You're I don't want to think that I'm so important that you know who I am. However, I'm very aware that you know who I am. So if you could please, we could have a nice conversation. I'd love to know who you are. And then I don't feel like I'm a jerk.
I know. Exactly. I know. Because then I felt funny. I'm am I supposed to be making eye contact? Because you're staring into my eyes. Into my soul. every time you pass. And I
No,
was like,
it's very awkward.
I know.
It's very awkward. Anyway, well, that was the group chat. You did a wonderful job. I thought these were very good stories.
They
Again, sometimes the
were.
stories aren't great, but these I was like, oh, these are solid. And honestly, particularly the Drake one.
I love that we did a
That's
little off the cuff.
Sus
Drake
behavior.
cut.
Sus behavior.
Very weird.
Anyway, you are would you consider yourself a New Yorker, like born? Where are you originally from?
Wow. So I was born in New Jersey.
Okay. So you were like, no, that means I am a New Jersey girl, like
Jersey
not,
girl.
yeah.
Jersey girls have such a stigma around them.
I've met so many, of course, like coming to New York more often, I've met so many more Jersey girls. You're pretty easy to identify, actually. I think you guys all, it's not, and it's
flock together.
You flock together, and it's not just the accent. Some guys, like how you guys say ball or coffee, like
let's go to the mall.
Yeah, that
I don't talk like
not
that.
everybody has that, but it is an aura. Like there's a aura around Jersey girls, and it's a good one, I promise.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you guys are fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. There's so many different levels of Jersey because like I'm from like northern New Jersey, so we're closer to like Pennsylvania. We're closer to like upstate New York.
Okay.
So
if you had to give like a 3-word aesthetic vibe to that, what would you give it?
The tri-state area.
Tri-state area.
The tri-state area. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't even know how to describe like who, like how it is, but like I feel like there's Southern Jersey girls that have that really thick Jersey accent.
Okay.
Like, oh my god, like let's go to the mall, like get some coffee, and like
that would be considered. Would you say that's what we like? Outsiders would be considered the mob wife type of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
That like really thick Italian.
Yeah.
Like
heavy. I think dark hair, lots of volume in the hair, lots of hairspray, a dark lip, and a
big
giant ass coat. Big family, like yelling. But like yelling, and you know that they love you.
Yeah, it's like very loud. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
like, that's like Southern Jersey, and I love that aesthetic. I think I have a lot of family, like on my mom's side, that kind of talk, like have a little bit more of that heavy Jersey accent. But I talk to so many people, and they're like, you just don't have an accent at all. Like some people say I don't have an accent.
No, I don't think you do.
Some people say I have like there's a little something there, but I don't know. I also feel like I'm an adapter, and my dad is this way. We were on a cruise this summer, and my dad, he's gonna hate me. He's so gonna hate me for saying this, but he adapts to people's accents like wherever he goes, like across the US. Like he's an adapter.
Okay.
So my dad is a vegan. And we were on
oh boy.
We were on a cruise, and this lady, like we were on the buffet, and we're getting food, and this lady, she was so cute. She's definitely from the South, and she's like, you gotta try this fish. It's so good. Like, you gotta try this. Yeah. My dad's like, no,
he didn't.
I don't eat fish. I'm a vegan. And I was standing right next to him, and I was like, Dad, that's not your accent. That's like he just meshed into
Oh my
her.
god, that's so funny.
And I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And like I feel like sometimes I do that. Like my best friend, she's from Brooklyn, and I love her accent, like literally. But every time I hang out with her for a few, and like a bunch of my friends, they're like Queens, Brooklyn, have a very heavy like New Yorker accent.
Yeah.
And like my cousin, she makes fun of me because when I get back from hanging out with the girls for the weekend, she's like, Britt, you talk like you're from New York. Like she's like, you got this accent. Like you're like, oh my god, like no way. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I pick up on their accent. It's so
You're like,
weird.
I'm just going to,
like,
this is a jacket, I'm putting it on.
I'm like, I want an accent.
You should come to Charleston.
I love Charleston.
You should come to Charleston.
We used to go to Isle of Palms a lot.
Oh my god, so you're like very aware of
Hilton
Charleston.
Head, like that was where I grew up vacationing.
Oh my god.
So I love Charleston. Every time we would go to Hilton Head, we would do like a Charleston day.
No, do like a little Charleston summer. Come over. I have a beautiful guest room. See,
this
is a beautiful guest room where I stock the products, and it's so cute.
So cute.
And it's like Charleston summer. We're all like, the energy is like pumping right now. We're very excited for it. Saltwater Cowboys. You can hear the music coming from the club. It's very exciting.
Oh my God,
you have to come. You have to come.
Oh my god, the last time I was there, I was with my whole family, and it was like Halloween weekend. That's when we did like a family.
You came to Charleston during Halloween weekend?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We were in Hilton Head.
Okay.
We did a Charleston day, but like, the weather was just perfect. It wasn't like that sticky like southern humidity vibe. Like it was just so good.
Yeah.
It was a good vibe. But yeah, that was like 4 years ago, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Been back since.
It's honestly, we've had like a lot. We've been doing a lot of infrastructure things. So there's a lot of new stores as well. So you should come.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like you do a lot of events and stuff around there.
Yeah,
You're
it's
always going to stuff.
it's growing a lot, and like the Charleston community is so very small. I'm trying to infiltrate it. I'm like, I was born here, and I'm trying to like worm my way into these groups, to like be invited to more stuff. But yeah, this was amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. If anybody wants to follow you, which I'm sure that they will, where do they find you and support everything that you're doing?
Oh, thank you. You can find me at Brittany Minetti on Instagram and TikTok.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Love
hope to
it.
see you there.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening wherever you are. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, all the things. Trying to get the listens up. So share it with all your friends. Please post us on Instagram stories, wherever that you share your stuff so we can repost you. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.